Welcome everybody to the first official episode of the On the Rocks Off the Rails podcast, where nothing stays on track for long. It's your boy Mo. I'm here with my co-host,
Paulie D.
Cherice.
Luke.
So, how was everybody's week? Let's just get into some pleasantries.
That's where I'm at. It was good. It's
February.
a new month. It's March, February, Black History Month.
Woo woo.
That was great. Loved it. February was a great month for us. And we're in March and we're starting this podcast. So I'm very excited to do this with you guys. I'm ready to see what your takes are like and everything like that.
Everyone take a gander at our first episode because it's going to look so much different after we hit our second season.
Facts. It definitely will look different. But, you got to come from somewhere.
Humble beginnings.
We're starting from below.
Humble beginnings.
So the premise of the show, guys, also, we're just going to be continuously drinking nonstop. And just having takes and everything like that. So if you see these cups, you see them
be humble. Sit
pretty
down.
much being filled all the time. We do hope that you guys enjoy this.
And we hope that y'all drink with us too.
And ain't no ducking from either one of y'all.
Hope it. Ain't
Hey, if you want to save on car insurance,
I'm just saying.
Why are you
y'all better not be
talking
ducking
to me?
drinks
Why are you talking to me?
over there, sir?
Thank you.
Ain't nobody ducking
It's
drinks.
these two.
se no habla
It is
español.
these two.
Se no habla
It's
inglés.
really y'all two.
Se no habla inglés.
will not be ducking drinks. I will
Se no
not.
habla inglés.
Quote her on that. Y'all quote her on that. She said she will not be ducking drinks.
Will not. I didn't say
llamo-
will. I said will. I
Right.
will not.
Me llamo Luke.
Okay.
All right,
Where are you
word
from?
of...
¿A dónde eres?
All right, guys.
No habla español.
You don't know Spanish.
See, thank you. Cherice, go ahead.
No, and I said no habla español.
Cherice.
I'm waiting for him to finish.
He's done.
Let him.
Please, when you go ahead when you're ready.
Are we ready
But I would just like to.
for the next
Yeah,
thing?
He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
Holy.
Because if I open my,
I don't know what Luke is on today, y'all.
that's the Coke.
I got a whole lot
everybody.
of
The
the Coke.
is crazy.
Coca-Cola. Let's refresh. Zero
The
calories,
Coca-Cola.
zero sugar.
We
Coca-Cola.
don't do
Let's.
drugs on
giving
this
it's
podcast.
not.
Okay, guys. So every episode, we're gonna be doing something called the quote of the day, word of the day, or something funny, just to lighten the mood a little bit. Right now, we're gonna do the quote of the day for episode 1, which is a Trini word. I'm originally from Trinidad. Paul is from Trinidad, but
Rap.
he's got that Trini blood in him.
We rap.
I'm the only person at this
we
table
got that Trini
While he wears the
influence.
Irish shirt.
We rap.
So for all my Trini people out there, y'all know this word. Tabanca. I'm going to say it in my Trini accent. Tabanca.
Can you use
Literally
it?
the same.
Can you
Alright.
use it in a sentence,
Use it in a
please?
sentence.
In a sentence, I have a tabanca.
Spell it, please.
Now you want to know the meaning.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
what does that
meaning of this word,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to say the forlorn feeling that one gets when a love affair is over. So if you out there and you doing your do and that breakup happens,
So depression?
you have a tabanca.
Depression.
No.
That's
No, it's
literally...
not.
What are you talking about?
So you break up with somebody.
Yes,
right?
I'm depressed as fuck.
No,
It's like you're
no, you
missing
break
a
up with your
lover?
yes. It's like you're missing somebody. Like
Missing a lover,
man,
you're missing
you're
a
missing your
It's
lover,
giving
your
seasonal.
girlfriend. Y'all broke up and you missing her. You have a tabanca.
Can
I have a
you put
tabanca.
this in English
It's
terms?
giving the day after Valentine's Day.
There it is. That explains it. The day after Valentine's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a tabanca.
Okay. So you have like a... Okay.
Like,
It really sounds like you have like a
friend, but I
backpack or
have a
something.
tabanca.
It sounds like you have a backpack, bro.
Tabanca hitting man.
Oof.
Golly. I can't
Who's
even...
Tabanca and why are they hitting you, bro?
Who's...
Topanga?
What's the girl's name from Boy Meets World?
Topanga.
Sharkeisha?
Fine-ass girl.
Topanga.
Oh, there it is. That's what I
Alright,
so fun.
To my Trini people out there, y'all know what we talking about, right? First take of the
First
day.
take, baby. Let's go.
Let's get into it. Do strict parents make for wilder kids?
See, I have
In my opinion,
Start us off.
in my opinion,
and I
Sorry,
hear
you started us off.
I hear you on that,
I
but
do not. In
if I
my
can counter
opinion, I
you.
do not agree with that because I have strict parents. I'm not a wild child.
Wait, your upbringing is way different, so you need to explain the full upbringing. You were in Trinidad for what, 17 years?
My upbringing was militant. very militant,
Okay.
Who's in the military? Then?
which means very strict.
Oh yeah, but see, don't say militant. Say it was very
Militant
strict.
does not mean you're in the
Militant is
military.
You can't say militant and there's nobody in the military.
The literal
Look, that's not the word.
definition of the word militant.
Who was in the military?
Very
Where did they
strict.
serve?
That's not what
that
militant.
Thank you for your service.
Okay,
Sorry.
All right.
that's not what militant means. But I'm just saying.
Thank you for your service.
I grew up very like in that.
Yeah,
like,
I know. I get it.
Straight and narrow.
You mean
You know,
in Trinidad
you
or
can't-
in America?
This
In-
is bad. This is a hot take.
This is a hot take.
This
In
is
both
definitely a hot
Trinidad
take
and
now.
America. So I don't think that it did keep me on the straight and narrow. It didn't like I never like swayed until like I became an adult and I was like I wilded out. But
Yeah, then you went
you
crazy.
know,
Dating white people and shit.
Nah, man, you want to go, man? I want to hear what you say.
I
I feel like me and
what y'all
Paul are gonna have the same testimony.
We will. We
No,
definitely
because
will.
So
from my
it just
understanding,
depends on-
upbringings were different.
They
so.
were not. We literally
ours
were,
wasn't.
we were
really.
literally
Not that
raised
much
together.
different.
We were
Not
raised
much different.
together.
Okay, but Matt
Not
is.
different.
That's what I'm saying. I want to hear y'all's takes first because I want to know. So you're saying no.
She's
I'm
saying,
saying
parents
no.
is
saying
good.
she
Kids
doesn't
are
agree
Please
with
repeat the
that.
question.
I think strict parents do not make wild children. I don't.
Like
Wilder.
it's not even wilder.
Oh,
but
wilder.
Like you
Like-
never like acted out. Or, like,
No, but I
like-
would say now. Can I say I'm kind of on the fence with it because I do believe. No.
Cherice, pick a
No,
side.
no,
No fence
no,
sitting.
because-
Please.
No fence sitting on
No,
the
but
rocks
let's
off the
hear me
rails.
out. Hear me out. I'm saying that yes, I grew up with a strict background. It did make me want to like be out there a lot more. It like pushed me to be like, oh, I want to. Like I see my friends doing the wild shit. I want to fucking do the wild shit.
I just
too.
want to do
Like,
hood rat stuff with my
Right.
friends. Yeah.
You know, it pushed me. It did push. So when I
Okay.
got older, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wild out. Like
Right.
I'm on my own. I'm fucking wild out.
Because your parents were strict.
You were wilder when you got to an adult.
When I became an adult, I'm gonna say wild. I still
That's
had.
the premise
I still
of
have
the
the background
question,
though.
Cherice.
It wasn't big. It wasn't like oh, I'm gonna be majorly wild. I'm getting locked up and shit. I'm
Right.
like,
So
you know,
you're
I'm
saying
just
you obviously know right from wrong. You know better.
yeah.
You got morals.
But I
you
just
got
want a
ethics.
little bit of excitement in my life.
Exactly.
Everybody's
You know?
definition of wild is different.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
it depends on what you mean.
We're gonna have to define what
That-
how
I mean,
wild
It's strict,
is.
right?
Where's the premise of wild that we're going off?
Okay,
of?
but
Are we
what
going
we
like
saying?
popping
But
bottles in
it's
the club? Are we talking about
Yeah,
like
that's
doing
what I'm-
drugs?
It's
smoking
strict
weed?
parents.
Are we
though.
talking about getting locked up, like doing some weird
it's
shit,
strict
getting
parents
locked
though.
up?
That's
What
the
we talking-
premise though. It's strict parents, right?
No, but the
No,
definition
it
of
is.
a
I'm
wild
talking about
child.
wild. So what are you
define
gonna
what
constitute
wild
as
is.
wild?
What are we
Like,
basing
what's wild for
this
you?
topic
what's
off
wild?
of in
Yeah,
terms
Yeah,
of wild?
what is wild?
I'm thinking like if you're out there,
I'm
like
not
if you're
thinking locked
drinking,
up,
if you're
like-
like
I'm
over
not
here
thinking
smoking weed,
locked
doing
up.
drugs. I'm not going to the extreme of like locked up in jail. But I mean if you're
Selling
just
drugs.
if you're just wilding out,
How
like
about
if
this?
you were
How about
just
this?
spending money
Selling
How
on
about
drugs.
this? Define
Selling drugs.
some of the things that your parents taught you growing up. Because if we're gonna be honest,
Not to do half of the things that I'm doing right
Exactly.
now.
Right.
As adults,
As an adult.
we're defying a lot of the orders
I didn't know
that
that.
our parents
So
told
that to
us.
me, that's wilding out. Like I'm
Yeah,
wilding out as an
yeah,
adult.
Yeah,
So that's
So-
what it is for me.
that's fair.
Again, okay, well, so if we all have that, then the question becomes like, if your parents weren't strict, do you think you would do that less as you're older?
I feel like I would
or
do it
you
less.
think-
Potentially.
I feel
Because
like I
you've
would do
already
it
done it while
less.
you were
already did it
younger.
while you were a
Yeah.
kid.
I feel like I would do it less.
Okay.
What was
Well,
wild?
Let's go around the table. Let's go around the table. I want to hear everybody else. I
What
think
was
we're kind of on the same
wild?
page. So you're saying that
She's saying
no.
she don't agree.
Or are you
Yeah,
saying, are you
I
flipping your
don't-
answer to yes?
She does not.
I don't agree with that parents make them wilder.
Okay.
Stricter parents make wilder.
Matt, Luke, who wants
So
to
you're
go?
saying you didn't act more wild?
Really wants to go.
Luke, go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay, that felt shady.
This
Like,
shit.
it felt like shit. I got a lot of shade with that.
Just a little.
If you don't want me to speak,
Palm trees over
Literally
I
there.
feel like I should go because
literally just say that.
We're gonna have the same.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
you're
We're
speaking
gonna
for
have the
both of us
same-
at this point.
So yeah. But
Okay,
let
well-
Luke go. Let Luke go.
You go first, babe.
Well, I have a question. Are you saying that? So you're saying you weren't strict parents made you less shady? Is what you're saying?
Shady.
Wow.
Not
Wilder.
shady, wilder.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was stuck on shady. So you're saying that
I'm
it made
saying-
you less wild having
I didn't
strict
say
parents?
it made me less wild. I'm saying it
She's saying
constricted my
stricter
wildness.
parents don't make for wilder children.
Yeah, it like
So
it
you grew
kept
up-
my wildness.
You grew up in the
in.
church, yes? I mean, it was you. Had
Yes.
your grandma's a pastor.
Sunday, Wednesday, everything.
So yeah, right. So you really didn't have an option.
yes. No.
And neither did I.
Which is
Personally,
why I grew up
never
with
had an
strict
option.
parents.
Okay.
None of
Even
us
though
are.
I grew up like with the opportunity to like do bad things, but my mom was always on my butt about like, you know, like making sure I make the right decisions and stuff like that. Even down to like what I eat. Like it was like, you know, don't eat dyes, don't eat this, don't eat that. Like don't drink soda because it makes your it makes your teeth stain. Like everything that I did was scrutinized or restricted or was strict,
which pretty strict. Okay,
which made like I will say that like for me personally, when I turned a certain age and I started making my own money, was when I flipped the switch and I was like, I'm doing everything.
That's my premise. That's why I was going.
I'm making my own money now. I'm making my own money now.
Yes.
I was going like when I turned 21. Like I will say, I was a good feller. I was a good feller.
A good feller.
The only time I ever look. My situation's a little bit different. I didn't have any friends, so that's a little bit different. But
I'm your friend, man.
Yeah, appreciate you. But
I'm not.
You're right. We're family.
We're family.
We're friends. But no, I would say like my first experience. My first experience drinking.
Is crazy.
Like even when my first experience drinking, it's like I always heard my mom in the back of my head like, don't do nothing crazy. Like be responsible. I feel like even out of all the people where we were drinking, like the first time I drank, I feel like I was the one that was drinking less, paying attention to everything that's going on.
Because your upbringing.
Because I had that like in my head, like don't do nothing stupid. So like as annoying as it was, being it like I want to go out and do this, I want to do that. I felt like I was the most responsible
it gave you morals.
person. And you can see those who don't have. You can see those who like just go like they don't have any like type of like discernment on like what they're doing. Like you're being ridiculous right now, bro. We're not even like you're drinking too much.
You have a foundation,
right?
That's what I was going off. That's what I was trying to say.
But I will say that when I had the like. I don't want to say chains. Chains seems kind of crazy.
But that's what it feels like, though. No, you're absolutely right. It's like you're kind of restricted. Like you can't really break to what you want to do. But yeah, when you're free,
full disclosure, when I had the restrictions off, I was going to the liquor store drinking a whole bottle a night.
Okay.
On some crazy shit.
Okay, whoa.
A whole bottle. Well, with my girlfriend, but like,
please.
My girlfriend at the time, I should say.
Twice.
But
who that bitch?
Who that? Who that? But I would say that, I also will say that some restrictions, like even like on my diet and stuff like that, I feel like when I had the ability to just make my own decisions,
stop eating everything.
Look. This is what I say. I would say it was a mix of both responsible decisions and irresponsible decisions. Because at my core, I would never do anything that would like threaten my life,
right?
Or I would never do anything that would like put me in danger. But I was going crazy a little bit. Like I think that was because I never got to experience it.
A little experience in your life.
I never got to experience
curiosity.
Right. So
that's where I was at.
I would say my overall opinion, because I know I'm yapping, but I would say
just
that
a little bit.
Say it with your chest.
Just a little bit.
I would say that, you know, I also grew up with a single mother. I didn't have a father. So I would say that my upbringing was very strict, and that caused me to have more, like, I did more. I was, quote unquote, more wild than I would maybe have been if I had maybe experienced it before, which maybe, because I know you guys have told me before, but you guys have gone and drank before the age of consent. I never did that. Okay. I'll but one time. Listen, these guys were popular in high school. It's giving popular.
I drank at 16.
It's giving popular.
I was lame.
We can do that.
It's giving popular.
If we really want to get into it.
I drank at 16. I was a loner.
But
were you a jock though? I'm sorry, we're derailing.
Excuse me.
You didn't play any sports?
No, I played sports when I was up until I was in, and when I went into high school, I stopped because I was like homeless and I was getting bullied, and I just felt like I was it was tough for me. Like I was already like insecure from being homeless. Yeah. I felt like people were gonna judge me, so that just increased my insecurity more.
Okay.
So I didn't like do sports. I was always really good at sports. Like I played soccer, football, baseball, basketball.
Because I feel like if you're like
popular.
I feel like if you're a jock, I don't want to say jock because
like,
I was smart in class, but I feel like if you're in sports, that kind of gives you some notoriety,
to
popularity.
be fair,
you know, it's kind of like, okay, we know he's on a basketball team, he's on a football team. You know what I'm saying?
Insecurity makes you probably the most unpopular person. You could be rich and insecure and still be like,
I was insecure, but I had friends.
Well, you're also very good looking, so that's to be fair.
Dang.
So. But as a you know, I didn't have puberty, so I was
good answer.
Full disclosure.
Damn, boy.
Till I was like 10, bro. I mean, 10th
Puberty
grade.
at 10?
10th grade. Sorry, 10th grade. Yeah, so I didn't hit 6 foot till I was in like 10th grade.
That's about average.
And
freshman year.
10 is average.
But the point is,
Not 12th, 6th grade.
I'm going off the rails right now.
So you're saying
definitely off the rails.
You have been talking for 20 minutes. Not gonna cap.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Finish
sorry.
your thought though.
But
we let you finish your thoughts on this.
Well, my
We
point,
listen,
my
we don't judge.
What is
We
your
judge a
answer
little
though?
bit.
Do you agree or disagree
yes,
with it?
I'm getting off of like the core, but the core I would say that I was definitely like, because of my restrictions from my mother and things that I did, I would say that I was a little bit more wild than I was, but
So
I was never. If we're, I'm agreeing, but I was never like
dangerous.
dangerous. Yeah. I would say that I'm in
You go,
agreement.
speak for
Yeah,
us
but
because
the
you're
question,
gonna
can I
have-
say
you're gonna
something
have
though? We
what?
say strict parents makes for wilder kids, not adults.
Okay, what?
but, like,
We
what
got
are you
wilder.
talking-
We're wilder as adults.
hold
though.
on,
now
hold
we're
on.
just being like
But
extra.
that's semantics.
Yeah,
You're-
literally
you are-
semantics.
Even as a grown ass
That's
woman
semantics.
right now, you are your parents' kid. Like it
Exactly.
it doesn't matter.
You're
Okay, well,
You're a
so we're
child.
just talking generally.
You're a child.
I'm my mother's, like, my mother
You
see
are
me.
your
My
mother's
mother see
child.
me, she be like, you
Quite
my
literally.
child. Like, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you quite
Okay.
literally, yes.
Okay, I'm
To
just
this-
thinking
to this day,
literally
my
as
mama
a
still
kid.
says
Yeah.
I'm her child.
I know, because my mom still, like, you my child.
He's just a
What's your
kid.
business is my business
Yeah.
kind of shit.
Got-
Yeah, like, I got that.
I hate when people say that.
I'm just trying to clear the air
You're
on
just
it.
a kid. You'll never
Just a kid.
understand.
But
Sir,
to be
I
honest,
haven't-
but to be
oh, right?
honest,
Dude, I don't feel like
I
a
look
kid
at
anymore.
a lot of like teenagers, even people that are like 20, 21. I'm like, oh, you are still a kid. Like you don't even know, like what life is gonna hit you.
I remember when people
They don't
said.
know
I
yet.
remember when people told me when I was 21, and I would literally eat like 10 sandwiches back to back and gain no weight.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm like,
gonna hit
I'm
you
like,
when you get
they're
older.
Like, they're like, just wait,
Just wait till you-
just wait. I'm
Just
like,
wait till you get 30.
please.
Wait, bro. Yeah,
Please.
your metabolism slows down.
I'm feeling
Good
it right
Lord.
now.
And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on with my face, dude? All right,
Yeah.
next.
I can't eat them
What
snacks like I
happened?
used to no more.
What happened, dude?
All right, I guess.
Luke, is that you?
Tell me and Paul's story.
Go for it.
I
See,
guess
they want
I'll
The
all
reason
tell-
I'm like,
I'll
They
tell
want all
my
the, they want all the
testimony.
time.
give them the
low-key.
disclaimer. Give them the disclaimer because we
They just want
basically
the whole-
grew up the same. No, it's gonna be quick. I don't even think it's.
It's not gonna be that long.
Okay, I'm joking.
Disclaimer: me and Paul are preacher's kids.
PKs.
So
Sorry.
I'm a PK grandchild. I'm
she
a.
PK
PK
grandchild.
You're literally a PK kid.
Paul's father
She raised me, but
was
yeah.
a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
My father is a pastor, so he pastors a whole church.
My dad
Yeah, as PKs, you know, there's an expectation on you.
Yep.
The whole world is watching you,
Yep.
so everything that you do is being
I don't know what
scrutinized.
that's like.
Everything that you do is a representation, not only on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but on your family,
Yep.
on your
I
parents.
know what that's like.
When you are, I grew up in Austin. When I was outside in Austin, one thing that my father always told me was, when you doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing, they're not just gonna be saying, "Oh, look at that boy wilding out." They're gonna say, "Oh, look at Pastor Mosley's son wilding out." So, as kids, I feel like we were very by the book. Did everything that was asked of us. Did everything that we were supposed to do.
We were.
We were. Paul started drinking a little bit earlier than me.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe a year.
Yeah.
Paul, context, Paul's a year older than me.
Yeah.
11
months.
Yeah, 11 months.
Wow.
Semantics. A year.
So touching.
I did not drink in high school, like at all. I went to parties. I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink because I was too scared.
Right.
Literally, that my parents would find out. I didn't start drinking until what? Spring break?
Spring
Senior
break,
year.
man. Yep.
And that was his
I
freshman year.
still don't think
of
that. I
college.
still don't think that's the truth.
It is. I promise
really
you.
don't think that's
I
the
did
truth.
not have a sip of alcohol in my life until my senior year of high school.
Golly.
Regardless, though, when we got into college, we were under their. We were, we weren't under their
Adult
thumb.
supervision, no more.
Yeah, we
That was
weren't
gone,
under their jurisdiction. We were adults.
Yes.
And for context, my parents were very clear with me. Once you become an adult, you make the decisions.
Do
you
it
take.
You're on your own. I
You
mean,
can do
you'll
whatever
be there.
you can
Yes.
do whatever you want to
Yep.
do. Just understand, if you are making bad decisions, we're not gonna be there.
We're
to
not
bail
there to
you
help
out.
you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? You drinking and driving, and you go to jail, you're gonna stay in jail.
That's
We're
on
not
you.
gonna post your bail.
That's
Yeah.
how it
So
was.
that's how it was for us. So as adults, we may have wilded
Don't
out
drink and
just
drive.
a little bit.
Please don't.
Right? Because please
It's not
do
worth
not
it.
drink
Uber
and
is, I'm
drive.
telling you,
It is not worth
just
it.
Uber.
Pay the $10 for the Uber
10.
or the Lyft.
The
It's gonna be like 50.
anxiety's not worth
It's
it.
gonna be like
or
50. I'm
depending
sorry,
on the
unfortunately.
holiday, if
It's
it's
gonna
New
be
Year's
crazy.
Eve, it's gonna be $50. Like, yeah. But
Just
please,
pay the money
just
for
do not
it.
drink and drive. It's not worth it. But still, like, we made decisions that may be considered wilding out for our upbringing as adults, but that was just because we finally had the freedom to make our own decisions. And
Yep.
guess what? Kids, if you're watching this, the decisions that we made, we absolutely had to deal with the consequences regardless
Facts.
of what it was.
That's big facts.
And I've made a few decisions that I had to go back to my parents and
Good
be like,
Lord.
you know what? You were right. So, yeah, we wilded out a little bit. But it wasn't like too much. It wasn't too crazy because I will say we had that foundation
Right, we did.
where we had our morals. We knew that okay, this decision is going to lead to this.
Right.
I'm not going to make this decision. This decision isn't really so bad. Consequences, I'll deal with them if they come. It's
If they
not
come,
really,
right.
Yeah.
If we didn't have the foundation that we have, we wouldn't be sitting here.
I will
exactly.
absolutely
I
say
agree with
that.
that.
We had a very strong foundation, the bedrock of our
We
lives.
wild out with consideration.
I can
Yeah.
make
So
a bed right.
So going back to the question though, so do you think that is a direct like influence because our parents were
Yes,
strict?
a little bit.
So is it the curiosity? For me, I'll just be honest. For me, I was like, okay, like when I went to college, okay, so like to his point, right? And I'll just kind of follow up with this and then we'll be done with it. Yeah, I started like drinking like in high school, like sophomore year, junior year, right? And it was like, I'm talking like, it was like Smirnoffs or something. It wasn't crazy. We weren't taking
I was
shots.
drinking,
like
I was
We were
drinking
doing, like,
vodka.
Alcohol's alcohol.
I was
doing, like,
drinking
mixed
vodka at
drinks.
16.
Yeah, we're doing mixed drinks. It was like Smirnoffs, Mike Hards, Twisted
it
Teas.
wasn't
Fireball.
No.
I don't think Fireball yet. I wasn't on Fireball.
That was
yet.
my first liquor,
was
Fireball.
college.
Right, I was curious, but I always kept it
That
at
was my
like
first
arm's
ever.
length. Like I was like, okay, I'll do like
Vodka was mine at
one
16.
Smirnoff and I'll be
Yeah.
good. You know what I'm
That was
saying?
my
Anything
first
like
drink.
that.
Of Mike's Hard's Lemonade.
Of my car's lemonades,
Mike's
right?
Hard's
But when I
Lemonade.
went to
I said
college,
this Mike's Lemonade. Sorry.
right? When I went to
was
college
definitely
and
Mike's.
that adult supervision left me, I was
You
so
went
curious.
balling.
I can do what I want to do.
Because I was like,
Crazy.
okay, I'm on my own. Like I kind of felt like you said, kind of going back to the chains thing, not chains, but like restricted a little bit, just because
Yeah.
it's just because like
Yeah,
that's who
you
we
get,
are as
like-
humans,
you
right?
felt like you
we
couldn't
want like
do
the
anything.
FOMO, right? It's like, what am I missing out on? Like, is alcohol really is weed? Like,
It's really
should we
not that
smoke
great.
weed? Like,
It's so
what
bad.
am I
It's all
missing on
so
right now? My
bad.
parents always, you know,
Yeah.
so the curiosity of it got me. And I don't necessarily know. Here's where I'm at with that. I don't necessarily know if my parents weren't that strict, if it would have been different as I'm older, like more wilder, or the wild stuff that I did do. I don't know if that would have been it, because maybe if I would have experienced it while I'm young, maybe I would. It could have also led me to like, oh, I've been doing this since I was like, 15.
Yeah,
I drive Uber
do
sometimes.
it
I know people are
more.
like, dude, I've been drinking since I was like, like a freshman in college. Dude.
Most
Like,
people.
I'll shotgun a
Yeah.
beer right now. I'm like, okay, dude, you're like 40. Like what?
Calm down.
You know what I mean? Like what are we doing?
Yeah, well,
So like I don't know. I'm gonna for the question and for the sake purposes, I'll agree and say I feel like the strictness of it growing up will kind of lead the kids to be more curious about what it is, just because by nature that's who we are. But I'm not going to knock down the strictness of our parents, because it did help us, all of us, obviously, right?
I think it-
That's
Have a
why
good
I said no.
upbringing
I
and
think
like,
it-
okay, we know we're wilding too much. Let's cut it off. You
I
know
think
what
it depends on what you're taught.
100%.
Hot take. Because there are some parents that are just strict just to be strict. There's no real like.
They want to protect. They want to
lessons,
protect you from
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
It's
I know
like,
what you mean.
and,
They want to
you know,
protect.
Like
They want to
helicopter
protect you from
parents.
everything, including cavities.
It's
which
called
is insane.
helicopter
that,
parents.
well, I never had a cavity growing up, but
Thankfully, I did.
Must be
thank
nice.
God, yeah.
Got-
Oral
make sure
hygiene
you
is
get dental
very
Yeah, I will
insurance.
say, Luke, like before you finish your point, bro, diets. My parents would let me, like, I mean, my parents.
Paul
they were so bad. I
grew
was on the
up
McDonald's
on the
train,
McDonald's,
fast
ladies
food.
and
Like,
gentlemen.
my parents, like, if I didn't want to eat, my parents would always. It's it's so crazy to think about now as we're older. It's like, golly, like I was a little like language, but like goodness, like.
Absolutely were.
I mean, obviously, my parents were at the point where it's like, yo, it's either you gonna eat what we cook you or you gonna starve. And I've had to do that,
That
night
was
before.
my parents.
That was my
Right,
parents.
like, hey, you gonna eat this or you're just not gonna eat
This
at all.
what we cook today.
I had a
But
different
like,
That was
upbringing.
it.
I can't believe
What we
like,
cook is
what we
you
cook
gonna
is
eat.
what you
Yeah.
gonna eat.
I had a bit of a
but like
different upbringing.
restricting
though.
your diet, that's new to me. Luke.
I mean,
That's
my
actually
upbringing-
good with the dyes and stuff like that. That's
Sure,
actually
with stuff we know that's in
that's
food
good
nowadays,
parenting.
for sure.
I got
Obviously,
that,
as
though.
a kid, you think
My
that
mom had
that's
to do what
like,
she
oh,
had
you
to.
know,
I mean,
fine.
she only could implement certain things.
No,
I
but
mean,
that's
it's
not a
like,
new thing though, because I had that with
excuse
my
me, I'm sorry,
grandmother.
was it your turn or
I'm
was
just
it
saying.
mine?
I'm just agreeing with you.
I don't
Okay?
remember if it was your turn though.
Go, Luke. Finish. I want to, because I do want to hear about this thing, and then Tracy can go. I want to hear about
Life
like
was
so
really
like what,
hard
so what
for
was
me
it like though
when I
Like,
was a little kid.
So
Alright,
like was it no like
sorry.
processed foods?
He
Was
had
it no
nothing
fried
to say.
foods? Was it like
Yes.
you can't have Kool-Aid even though
It
you're
was
white? Like what are we talking about?
It was.
Do white people
Listen,
drink
look,
Kool-Aid?
the food stamps hit on the food stamps hit on the third of the month.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
$300. It was whatever we could get with
Snap,
$300.
EBT.
Right.
That's a lot of money.
Typically, the foods that have
I
the
was
stuff that
getting
you shouldn't
50
eat are
cents.
more expensive.
Are more expensive,
you know,
right.
right? But I
That
mean,
you shouldn't,
when
or
I
that
went to
you
the store,
should?
I don't think I had a soda until I was 20. Like I mean, I like
Soda?
like
a Sprite?
a colored soda.
Coca-Cola?
a colored soda.
Fanta then? Fanta.
No, Fanta. I had Sprite till I was like 20. I any colored, any Pepsi, Fanta, it was like there's Red 40 in that. That's gonna make your ADHD worse than it already is. Like I mean, that was like literally the vibe my
Okay.
mom was on.
But the thing is, he also had a health thing with it, so I could understand her like restricting that. You have ADHD.
no, but like it just
don't drink
literally
that.
look. I promise you, this is what when I was 21, I was working at Sam's Club. It was like my first paycheck that I ever did. And I was working night shift, so I was next to a Walmart, right? So I could walk over and get stuff before I went home. I would literally go in and get like 12 liters of. I tried every single soda that was in the grocery store because I never had it before.
A liter?
And that literally every week I was trying a different soda. Because I was like, I just want to try it. Like,
wanna try it,
Like,
yeah.
it's a different. They have Coca-Cola.
So you
that's
got-
the vanilla. I was like, what?
Vanilla,
I
yeah.
was
Cherry
like,
Coke. Shout out
a
Cherry
liter?
Coke.
huh?
You got a liter?
No, a 12 pack. The 12 pack of the. You know,
What?
have
You
you
didn't
have
just
you ever
get
been in the back
singular
of Walmart?
cans?
One bottle or a can?
Have you ever been in the back of Walmart where they stack all the 12 liters up?
I mean, yeah. No, I've been in the back. But I know
That's
what
where
you're talking about.
where like all the flavors of soda.
But on the
Yeah,
aisles,
but
they
like,
have the singular can that
when
you
you
can just
try-
grab.
Why would
you
I do
try
that? I
some-
can get 12 of them. That's stupid.
But why would you get 12 of them if
If
you've
you're trying
never
to-
tasted
Well,
it
listen,
before,
I didn't know-
and you
Right.
got
Be honest.
What if you didn't
I'll be
like
honest,
it?
I didn't know they had single cans because I'm, you know, what I'm saying.
So it's new to you. Okay, I got
Yeah,
it. Fair enough.
I didn't know.
Fair enough. He's a newbie.
So.
All right.
You know, I look my upbringing. I will say I have more of a unique upbringing, even versus you, even being in Trinidad. Like my upbringing was like
We're
way
all
different.
different, yeah. We're
Yeah,
all
like
different.
so.
Everybody had a different
everybody's
upbringing.
different.
Yeah, so it's
We're
like.
literally kind of the same, yeah.
But I think with that, I think that we're in all agreement that like I think that there's a lot of helicopter parent. Like I feel like helicopter parenting is
Yes.
something that is the worst thing you can do for your kids. I'm not saying let your kids do whatever you want, whatever they want.
To
A
an
little
extent.
bit of restriction
To an
is
extent.
good.
There should be morals.
Like, I'm not gonna, like...
You put morals, and it's like, look, you know, morally this is wrong. Like in your head, when you're about to do something, you're like, this is not right, right? And that's because your parents have taught you, or whatever you upbringing, you're like, this is not right, right? So as long as you're doing that correctly and not forcing them to like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. When they get to the
Yeah.
age where they can, they're gonna say, you know what, actually, let me do that, because I never got to do it as a kid.
But
that's-
there are some things that like you just fundamentally.
That's like a
shouldn't
zero
make
tolerance.
or
But
allow
that's
your
what I'm
children.
saying,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it makes crazier kids,
Like,
but like.
because like my parents,
'Cause you have core.
my
But, I mean,
parents-
are you gonna call yourself... Are we all calling ourselves crazy right now? For what we did, like, in college
not
and high
crazy.
school? Like,
No,
right?
no.
That's what I'm saying. Or, like, are we... So, we just
No,
had a
that's
wild-
okay, though.
That was
That's okay.
developmental.
We
That
were
was for our
experimenting.
development. That was for our maturity.
Right.
Okay.
That's-
2 girls, 1 cup.
Like that's
That's
Lord.
insane. That's
that
nasty
was
as
college.
shit.
That was
That is
middle
nasty
school.
as shit.
Guys,
wasn't
let's
even
get
college. That
guys,
was
like middle
guys.
school.
I say we get let's get
That was
crazy.
high
Let's get
school.
crazy on this podcast.
That definitely was high school.
Let's get
bro.
crazy.
We're getting off the rails.
We're
We
getting off
gotta
the
wrap it
rails,
up. We gotta wrap it up.
please.
Sorry, pause the meeting. We have to wrap it up.
No, for real. But I'll just say
He's famous.
I will say I
Paul
think,
Yulong.
Quick
it
take.
depends on the kind of parents that you have. Some parents are strict for no reason. Other parents actually like apply morals.
I can't hear. I cannot hear
That's
you.
the ones. Yes, that's the ones.
I
that-
can't
your
hear you.
hearing aid. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
can't hear you.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Get the wax out of your ears. I don't know. Some parents apply, actual lessons when they're being strict and when they're teaching you with your upbringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we can all say, regardless of what we went through, regardless of how our parents parented us,
Right.
we all have a foundation of
We do.
where we have a good moral compass. We know right from wrong.
Yep.
And guess what? If we decide to do wrong, that's our
That's your
decision.
fault.
Because we know already.
I don't know about y'all, but even when I didn't have the moral compass, God was looking out for me because there's so many situations where I mean, I wish we're getting like political or like religion into the podcast, but I'm saying like
religion is not political.
but I'm saying there's a lot of situations where I could have ended up locked up.
100%.
I could have made wrong decisions.
That's all of us.
Somebody was telling me to not do that. Somebody was telling me to not go that direction. Like I mean, especially where I was at. Like I would not be sitting here. Seriously,
telling you,
I'm
man.
not even like you think I'm kidding. I seriously wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't have somebody telling me like, look, don't walk that way. Don't walk that way. Stop and go back. Seriously, I've had somebody in my head telling me stop and go back.
Straight up.
So even without a parent, I know God was looking out for me. And as long as you listen to that voice, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be good.
Small
You're gonna be
voice, still small voice in your head.
That part.
Guess who that is?
good. Or maybe it's
You
a big
already
voice.
GOD.
Good. All right. I think that wraps it up. So final answers, final takes. So I mean, are we all in
Does
agreement?
not agree.
So everybody,
Well,
we all
now
agree
I
that
want
the Metro
to
Wild
change
the
to
kid.
now that I
she's
know that
heard-
it's
Switch up.
She's heard the
You can't
testimonies.
switch up.
no.
Now
Now that
she
I
agrees.
understand
You
the
can't
premise,
say
it wasn't
like
a
you like
kid
Marvel
kid,
better and
it's
say you
not
like DC like
adult
Paul.
kid.
Sorry.
Because we're still
It's-
like our parents' kids.
Yeah, your parents' kid, like because I'm thinking like me as a mother and a child, like you, my
But also,
child right
like,
now,
but also
like
kids
Yeah.
are
Kid.
like impressionable. So it's like growing up, it's like even if you're like, oh, I really want to try this, and it's like, no, you can't. You're still like, oh, that's mom and dad. I'm gonna do what mom and dad say. So it's like,
right. But like,
have
what?
to
So,
listen.
that's
see,
why
so,
I was saying. That's why I said no because mom and
but-
dad said it. I didn't do it.
But as you get older, you make your own decisions
as
and
you get
adults.
older,
Yes,
you have
you
the
kind of like,
freedom
well,
to
let me
make
try
your
it
decisions.
Yes,
anyway.
well, right. So that's why I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
now I get the premise. Okay, I got
Okay, so now
that
you got
part.
it. So she's with us.
So you are.
So I'm like, I'm with you guys on
Okay,
that. I
okay.
agree because it was literally
It's so-
we kind of basically grew up with the same kind of thing. Like it was
Yeah.
all
Very
our stories
similar,
are
yeah,
very
similar.
similar stories.
Strict. Yeah. No, we know you got a different story, but stricter parents.
I just mean like in the church though. I mean like you guys all grew up in the church.
Yeah, that definitely had a part to
I
it,
grew
but
up.
also,
I
like-
went to church on Sunday.
Yeah, that's where the morals come in. for us.
Right.
Sunday,
Right.
Wednesday, Saturday.
I get it. I'm a degenerate.
Saturday.
I'm a degenerate. I get it.
Saturday.
What was training?
Sunday.
Oh,
afternoon.
well.
Saturday was
Sunday was like a
5.
shift.
Listen,
Sunday
It was like 9 to 5.
all
It was a
day.
9 to 5.
Listen,
Sunday was
only
all
one of us at this
day.
table.
God forgive me, God.
Only one of us at this
9 to
table.
7.
That's
Yes,
insane.
like
I'm not even kidding.
No, we had Sunday.
school.
Sunday
We
school
had
at 9,
Sunday.
11 o'clock service.
Yep,
Yeah.
Training
Then we
union.
yes.
6 o'clock service.
Boom. We be
then
out.
You
Hey,
had choir
listen.
practice, men's
If you had
union,
choir
whatever,
practice.
like,
Yeah, but for us, it was Sunday school,
Yep.
service at 12, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Then after that, you have prayer meeting at 7 in the night. Sunday, like, well, not
Ooh,
prayer
on a
meeting,
Sunday?
but Bible study
Yeah.
at Sunday
Okay.
night.
So what do you do
And
on
then
Wednesday?
you have Bible study Wednesday.
Wednesdays, you have
and
Bible
then
study
Friday
twice a
night,
week.
Friday night you have prayer
Friday?
meeting. Prayer meeting Friday night, and then Saturday you have youth meeting.
Nah.
Maybe like them doors. Hello.
Crazy. My whole week.
Listen.
My
I
whole
hear
week
you.
was
I
gone.
hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Friday is
My whole week was gone.
My
But
God.
listen, Cherice, I hear you, and I raise you. Okay, I hear you,
Friday.
and
Yes, Friday
I
night,
raise
prayer
you,
meeting.
Christian Boy Scout. I raised you, Christian Boy
No,
Scout.
you were not a Christian Boy Scout.
I was Royal Rangers, 7 years.
Excuse me?
That's crazy.
What Rangers?
Royal Rangers. The code was do others as others would do to you. Something.
Okay, golden
That's
rule.
the golden
Golden
Okay,
rule.
got it.
But I was a Royal Ranger. It's not Boy Scouts, but Royal Rangers is the Christian Boy Scouts. So you go on Christian, outkeeps. You worship the Lord.
I
and
know what it is.
It's
Yeah.
We know
so
what
you
that
go
is.
to worship. The Lord. I mean, everyone walks. They do performances. It's like Christian music. It's like Christian Boy Scouts. So
But what are you doing? Like, are we spreading the gospel, or are we like selling cookies? Like,
we're
tying knots?
Selling
Like, what are we
cookies?
doing? Because think about it. Like, what do you think of a Boy Scout?
We're
Like,
not
what are you
selling-
thinking about? What do
Okay,
they do?
so
What-
I'm
what's
thinking
tying
knots, can't
Right,
Like,
that's what I'm thinking. Like,
it's like
Boy
Boy
Scouts.
Scouts, but like Christian. I mean, as simple as that. I mean,
Yeah, I
you go-
understand, but, like-
you're
So
going
doing,
out.
like,
Hey, you're going
retreats
camping
in the woods,
Okay.
but you're like
Like, but
around
you're-
the campfire, you're worshiping God.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're with,
Praise
you're
and worship
with
around the
other
campfire.
people. You're with other people that worship the Lord.
Which,
You're
hot
like,
take. Gospel music nowadays is sounding a lot like campfire music, and I don't like it. But we don't have to get into that. We don't have to get into that. We don't have to get into
All right,
that.
that's enough.
Empire
That's enough for the first
music.
time. Breaking the accent. Good stuff,
Yeah.
everybody.
So the quick take is that the mullet is actually a good hairstyle, which I think it's coming back. Low-key,
I'll be honest. Go ahead. Go for it.
No, you know what?
No, you're right. You're right.
It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
Luke, finish your thought.
I'll be honest. No, I'll fuck it. I'll finish it.
No, you go ahead, Paul.
I'll be honest.
Say what you're
I think you're right.
And go ahead.
I think the mullet isn't a bad look. It's really not a bad look. You want to know why? Because all like these little country artists, singers, dudes, whatever the hell, right? They're all rocking like this mullet thing back. Billy Ray Cyrus, whenever he was young, was rocking it.
I think it's ugly.
And it doesn't look good, but it's pulling females. So maybe we're doing something wrong.
Pulling females? Which females?
So,
white females?
White
country females.
There
ain't no black females.
A lot of females.
Ain't no black woman gonna go with no man with no mullet.
It's not a black hairstyle.
Ain't no Asian woman go with no man with no mullet.
A mullet can probably pull up more females than a regular dude. That's all I gotta say.
Cap.
Okay, more white females,
That's
yes.
cap, for sure.
Sure.
Well, let's be honest. A lot of things that were
course.
popular in the 60s and 70s and 80s and stuff like that come back now because it's
That
like
doesn't mean that it's
that's
good, though.
Mullets were not popular.
That don't mean that it's good, though.
Are we sure about that?
Whenever it was
The
popular,
mullet is a 90s hairstyle.
Okay,
90s.
Yeah, but
okay,
that
but
doesn't
stuff in
mean-
the 90s is coming back like clothes.
Yeah, but
like
that doesn't
stuff
mean
like
that it's good, though.
bro.
Listen, I would say
If it's
if you
coming
have
back,
a curly hair mullet, looks good.
Bell
sometimes.
bottom pants is coming back
Hell
for
no.
men and
That's what I'm
women.
saying. Well, about skinny jeans.
That
All
don't mean
stuff
it's
is
good.
like-
Skinny jeans are
Skinny
not
jeans is
popular.
back
Skinny
in
jeans
the
are
day.
coming back.
It's all
No, they're-
superficial.
no,
if you
they're
like what
not.
you like,
They're coming back.
Get a
they're
mullet.
not.
Skinny jeans is kind of out
If
because
you like-
that
Do
was
not
get a mullet.
Do
Get
not
a
get
mullet.
a
If
early
you like a mullet, get a
2000s
mullet.
shit. That
wasn't- that's not now.
Mother trucking mullet.
Do not get a mullet.
Get a mullet.
So
Don't
you
you
don't
do that.
agree that mullets are bad? Like,
No,
are a good
they're
hairstyle?
ugly.
No,
as
better than they
shit.
were
are.
before.
At all?
No.
You know how them Dallas dudes be doing with the
No.
That is a
ugly as
South
shit.
side.
I think it depends. If it's like,
If it's
Dallas
a
niggas do
South
that,
Dallas,
it all
that's a
depends.
South Dallas haircut. That's
Because
not
if it's like a
mullet, brother.
flat,
But I'm just saying, but
No.
that's still like a mullet-esque.
And guess
Nah.
what? That hairstyle looks bad too. It
It's
don't
horrible.
matter.
But I'm
Like,
just saying, they probably be pulling more females
They
with that
don't.
hairstyle.
They don't.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
No. That's them country
No.
farmer people. Yeah, they gonna pull some farmer. Yeah.
So there you go.
You got farmer bitches
Because
in
they
your
live
small
in towns
country.
with 10
Right,
people and there aren't very many choices.
Right. They gonna come at you, of course. You the only motherfucker.
It ain't many choices. Like,
You the
Sorry.
only man in that town. Of course they gonna come at you.
right. Really.
Or Houston. Okay, fair enough. Good quick take. I guess. Listen. All I gotta say is I think the mullet is not that bad. It looks horrible,
It's a
but I just
horrible
feel like some girls are attracted to it, and it might be working for the mullet boys out there.
More power to you.
Good lord.
So you're a yes for the mullet.
Bro,
I mean, no,
breathe.
I wouldn't rock it.
you
But I'm just saying, for my people who do
you
rock
could
it.
not rock it. So
What does that mean?
you
If
could
you
rock
seen
it
a
either.
black person,
Go
in a
ahead and
mullet,
say it. What does that mean?
Yeah, what that
beca-
mean?
it's
What does that
Why?
mean?
Because they
What you mean
black.
by
What
that?
does that mean? Go
What
ahead
you
and
mean
say
by-
it.
what
Black
you mean I
people
can't
don't
rock
Go
rock
ahead and say
mullets.
it.
What you mean I can't write?
All right, getting into our second take of the day.
Boy, that's getting smacked.
Are y'all ready? Wow, you actually got it right. I'm surprised. All right, second take of the day. Is this generation of today too sensitive? I guess I'll start. This is a hard topic for me because I'm somebody who is quote unquote woke. I think there are things that would not fly today that, you know, used to fly years in the past. Right? I think we understand that some things, you know, are not okay, but they used to be okay. So on that note, no, they're not too sensitive. However, there are also some areas where I think y'all could stand to have just a little bit thicker skin. Right?
That's yeah.
Um,
That's where I'm at.
I think not everything is political.
And everything's racist.
Not everything is racist.
Not everything
As
now. You know where
hard
we're coming
as
from?
it
Not
is for me
everything.
to
I'll
say.
say a lot of stuff, but not everything.
Most of it,
Not everything.
but not
is-
all of it.
It's not that serious. It's not that serious.
Not everything is also offensive, right?
I mean, seriously, the Grand Cherokee, really?
the
What do you
Grand
mean?
Cherokee.
Oh yeah, they want to change the name of the Jeep.
They want to change the name of a Grand Cherokee. The name Cherokee needs to come out of the Jeep.
Just like the Washington Redskins got the name
Yeah.
changed to the Commanders.
I mean, that's okay to me, but
but a Jeep.
Really?
Grand
No, not the
Cherokee
Jeep,
is
the
getting
Redskins.
changed.
Come on, it's
Yeah,
a
we can't have a
Jeep.
Cherokee,
It's a
but it's a
car.
I mean, yeah.
Grand Cherokee in the name. Like,
Native American, I think. not Indian.
It is Native American.
But the thing is, Jeep did it as an honor to them. The
don't
Grand
know if it
Cherokee
was
is
an
like
honor to
well, that's
them.
what they say.
Was it?
It's
I
like,
don't
oh,
think
we
it was
did
an
it for
honor
it's
to
a
them.
they should take it
That's
as an
a reach.
honor.
It is.
I think things become sensitive when you.
But I don't think it's that serious though. That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
think
just where I'm
I-
No,
coming
I mean,
from.
yeah, you're right. I agree with
It's a
that.
car.
If I could finish my thought. So what I was gonna say was that it's all perspective. Is what I was gonna say. But go ahead. Sorry, I was kidding, trolling. Sorry, I'm rage baiting. Every time I talk, I'm rage baiting.
We know. I sorry. I think it depends. It's the more you learn, right? The more you learn, the more technically sensitive you get. But it's like
You don't have to though.
right because
I
like
can
a lot
learn
of
a lot and
I
not get
think
sensitive.
that's the thing because like a lot of people, I take things too seriously. I'm too pro-black, whatever. But it's like
No, it's true.
A
I
lot
am.
of our history was not actually taught to us, and it's
Yeah.
like when you learn that, it's kind of like
But then
like
I mean,
some of this not.
it's
standing
like, do we
for
really
it.
care about it though? Like, do we really care? How is it gonna change us?
It depends on.
Is it
depends
gonna
on who
change
you are.
anything though? That's
It
my
depends
thing.
on who you are, though.
That's what I go based off of. Like, is it gonna actually change anything if I actually show
so
like
left
I
field in this
care? Is
conversation.
it changing anything? Has changing the Redskins changed anything? Has changing the name of it changed anything?
Yeah, you stopped defending
Politically?
Native Americans
I'm so left field
with
on
the
this,
name
I ain't
of
gonna
a
lie to
football
you.
team. I know you are.
I was so left field on this.
You stopped defending a whole entire community of
But
people.
changing the name, what is
Like the
it?
Washington
Do, how does the
Yeah.
Indian how do the
Well, that's
especially
just
the
like-
Indian,
okay,
the
but-
Native
okay.
Americans, do they
You're
care
not-
about
you're not
it?
really
Alright, bleep this out.
Do
That's
they
just
actually
like
care about it?
them being called the Washington so
I have to
long.
bleep that out.
Yeah.
Oh, let's say
Yeah,
bleep
yeah.
that. Yeah, bleep it out. Bleep it out.
I get that, yeah, but
N words. Sorry. It's like it's like them being called the Washington N words
yeah.
for so long.
Yeah,
and then,
red- yeah,
and then,
no,
and then
the
you
term
change
red-
it,
yeah,
and then
you're
it's
right.
like,
It's bad.
oh well,
It's definitely
But isn't
changing
that-
it from the Washington
It's
N words. Did
derogatory.
that really change anything?
So what
like,
you're
yeah,
saying- what
you
you're saying-
stopped
saying the
offending an
word-
entire
you're
group.
saying- you're
You
saying-
stopped using a racial
I agree
slur
with that. I
as
agree
the
with that.
mascot
so you're
of a
saying
team.
Redskin is
It
calling
is.
somebody a Redskin is a
Native
racist.
Americans
Now,
have
I'm just
literally
asking.
said
I'm
that.
genuinely,
Getting offensive.
no, I'm genuinely asking because I'm not from here, so I
Yes,
don't know.
Native
I'm genuinely
Americans have
So
said
you know
out of
calling
their
somebody a
mouths.
Redskin,
Yes.
an Indian,
Yes.
like that's like calling a black
Yes.
person the N word.
Yes.
Hispanics.
Okay.
That is a
So now
racial
I get-
slur
okay.
for Native Americans.
Okay, so I
it
get
would be
the
more like
reason
it would
why
be
you
more
say
like
it.
the.
But what about the Cherokee?
Bleep honest out.
But what would
It would
you
be more like
say?
the
What would you say
colors.
about the Grand Cherokee having to change their name? Aren't
That's dumb.
Cherokees?
I didn't know Jeep was
Aren't
doing that.
Cherokees like that
Okay.
thing?
That- ooh,
like that's a
finish your
tribe.
conversation.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
here,
so
okay.
much-
Here's what I'll say, and I'll finish.
Ooh, I have so much to
I'll
say
stop
on
talking.
this.
Here's this thing. Here's the thing. Here's where I stand on all of this.
So
If
sad.
Native Americans say that calling that car the Grand Cherokee is offensive to us, whatever, da 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 da. If those people are saying that, then change it.
Then change it.
But if
Yes.
if
I
they're
don't think
not,
they're
if
saying it,
but
though.
That's my thing. If they're not saying it, then sure, you
I think
whatever.
it's just,
like,
I just think
leave
it's,
it.
they're going off a basic societal, like the white folk, like, oh my god, that's racial.
and that's
to
our
them.
issue. We're letting
That's
white
the
folks
problem. That's where
decide
I'm coming
what is
Isn't
right
that
and what's
bad
wrong, and they're
though?
doing it.
Isn't that bad?
I'll go last on this topic.
Go ahead, Luke.
Luke, go
I'm
for it.
done.
What am I-
It's just
So
if
the
the
question,
group,
yeah,
if
do
the
you
group
think
of
that
people
It's
says
sensitive.
it's
People are too
offensive,
sensitive.
change it. But if
Our
not,
generation is too sensitive. The new generation. I
Okay,
should
cool.
say our
I heard
generation,
three
it's not my
voices at the
generation.
same time for a second, so I didn't know what the hell you said.
you know
but
the topic.
the whole gist is that we're too sensitive now as a
The
generation.
new
generation
generation,
of
not our
today.
not our generation.
But
generation of
the,
today.
the time when we are at is too sensitive.
Yes.
Sure.
2000 and up.
2020. Yeah.
He's also in there.
Actually, 2020s.
See, these things are so.
Yes. 2020.
All right,
2020s.
Yes.
I feel like it's so difficult to evaluate whether or not something is too offensive or not offensive at all, especially with like how your upbringing is. Like it's so biased based on like how you grew up and what you think it should be right or wrong. Like if let's say for instance, like I grew up in Kentucky and my whole family is a bunch of like redneck racist people and we hate black people, we hate Mexicans, we hate anybody that's not white, we hate them, right? And we're gonna be like, Redskins is a great thing, right? But if I grew up and I see that like that's not right, and I grow up with the right upbringing, then I'm like, well, maybe it is a little offensive. So I think it's like so based on perspective. But I will say honestly that we are a little too sensitive on certain things. That I think that it's like I don't know. It's hard to put this into words. It's the same way I feel about Marvel. Like, it's like, I feel like we're doing too much, and maybe that's because I'm getting older and I'm thinking that, you know, how I was growing up. Like, if things were wrong, people said it, and then you just acted accordingly. Like, you didn't, you know, you just made your morals, and what you did was like, look, like, being racist is not okay. Like, it's obvious, but some people, they don't know that, right? They don't know that. Like, seriously, like, they don't know that. And not that it's okay, but I think that there are things in this world that are we're way too sensitive on. Way too sensitive. I feel like we take the avenue of, like, Redskins. I seriously see how that is offensive. Redskins. Like, I see how that's offensive. It's right? But some of the other stuff, I can't really understand it. It's because it's just a little bit that makes it offensive, and then we just blow it up and act like it's way more, you know, some more of a serious issue than it is. And I'm not talking about, like, race. I'm just saying, like, there's certain issues with, like, gender and stuff like that. It's like, to me, it's like not that serious.
Like, we know it's there.
This isn't paying my rent.
You don't have to repeat it over and over.
Isn't paying my rent.
Some of these people that are like defending these issues, like, bro, they don't even, like, you're not even an advocate. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're not
marching out there.
You're just being, like, extra.
You're just talking.
So maybe as a white man, my opinion is not as valuable in this situation. But you know,
debatable.
It's valid. It's valid.
I'm as diverse as I can be. I'm just saying that, but I'm gonna be. I'm white. I'm saying I'm white. You know what I'm saying?
They're always gonna say, "Oh, he's a white man." They're gonna say,
superior as I may be, my opinion
is
that
he is a Caucasian. He is.
Sorry, go ahead.
Look, what I'll say is, I think that some of this generation, not our generation, but, like, I think some of the younger generation is a little bit too sensitive. I think that we're exposing our kids to way too much right now. I think that there's a whole other topic conversation with that. Yeah. But I think that there's a whole other conversation. But I think that, to be honest, I feel like the more sensitive you get, and my words to explain this is just, like, I cannot put it into words, but I feel like the more sensitive we get, the weaker we get. Like, it's like every single thing you say there's a problem with it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you have to be resilient.
For me, in terms of sensitivity, bullying. Now, I'm not saying that I'm for it.
Back.
Excuse me.
Cherice
bullying
back. I did not say that.
100%.
Do not bring
I did not say that.
I was bullied.
Now, where I was someone who experienced it in my life, I did experience a little bit of it in my life. So but it made me stronger. It made me fight, you know, whereas I get not everybody's going to be a fighter. Not everybody's going to be like, oh, it's a fight. I can get bullied. I'll be a fighter.
Well, I think that's
it gave me that resiliency to be like, bro, I'm going to talk back to you. I can say shit to you. Like but not everybody's built like that. So I understand that. I could understand that.
They just go ahead.
But these days, people are so sensitive. It's like, oh, don't say. You say something that.
Nah, hey.
You say something.
It's sad to say.
Whereas
they do.
Crazy.
Whereas something.
They got a list.
Something
I'm happy you got that promotion, but realistically,
something that would be normal in a kid coming to tell me something, right? Like, I'm in my, where I grew up. Somebody said something offensive. I'm not thinking. I'm thinking to talk back to you, right? And back from how I grew up. But nowadays, even back home, you come and you say something that I would think is like, okay, just mouth back at them. What the fuck? Like, they'll just like, oh, I'm just gonna lay down and be like, oh my God, you did this to me. You said this to me. Oh my God, I feel so offended. I feel so hurt.
Well, again, that depends on your personality.
Where's your thick skin at?
Not everybody is gonna be that way.
I wasn't like that.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't think suicide sometimes.
Yeah, but there is no thick skin.
I thought that.
There is no thick skin.
That's a heavy topic. But it's not like I didn't think that.
But
it made me stronger as a person.
Yeah,
because I can fight back.
I feel like
fight.
Some people
that's basically that's what I'm saying.
By nature are just not. They're not fighters.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. These days they're not fighters. They're weak.
But we can't like fault them or blame them for not being like. You can't teach somebody. You can't push somebody.
Yeah, I see it.
It's your character. Yes, it's your personality.
I think my thing is I don't want to get into victim blaming, right? Like at the end of the day, it's still the bully's fault. Because why are you bullying somebody?
Yeah.
Leave them alone. Mind your business. Like,
ain't got nothing to do with
it
you.
ain't got nothing to do with
like,
you. Like, but at the same time, I understand. Like, yes, you need to be able to fight back. You need to be able to fight your own battles. So I understand that.
That's where
Yeah.
I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Like,
I said a
They
whole
don't
lot of
fight
I
their
said
own
a whole lot
battles
of
these
maybe
days.
things I shouldn't have said, but I've
Yeah,
been
I feel
drinking,
like
so
They don't
I
fight
feel
their
like
own battles.
that is I feel like
But
that's a
I don't
good
mean
statement.
any. I don't mean
yeah,
it.
That's
like
a
they're
good
running
statement.
to. Let me
People-
run to you
people
and be
are
like,
not
help
fighting
me, and
their
do
own
the,
Full
like
disclosure.
fight, man.
Full
Show
disclosure.
some fight, bro. Like
Right.
do
Full disclosure,
something.
I don't
I
mean
agree
any
with that.
offense by saying what I say. Everything I say comes from the heart. Like I don't mean any offense. Like
You're
I,
good. I'm
it's like
sorry.
it's coming from a
We
loving
know
side.
you.
Like
You
I
We
Fine.
understand where
Yeah,
you're
like,
coming
fine.
from. He's
like,
not
I'm
being
like,
racist.
I'm a racist, but but I'm a loving racist. Is what I'm saying. I have heart. You know, that's why I have heart.
Luke, everybody.
Right.
Luke is
Guys,
leaving
guys,
this
guys.
house.
Okay, y'all beat
right
around.
now.
Y'all listen.
No, but it gives you.
Pause, just
All
say
I'm
it.
saying is
Say
there's
what
a
you gotta
strength.
say.
There's a. I'm gonna let you go. But
Yeah, go
all
for
I
it.
meant was that like there. I feel like we become weaker when we worry about every single thing that like you say to like
No fight.
you as a black man you should have you know or as a white man you should or as a woman you should or you know it's like I mean like I'm gonna be me based on my upbringing and what I think is right and wrong and based on what God has you know put in my life and stuff like that. That's who I think is offensive or not offensive. Like that's what my upbringing is. But I say if we do too much. It's like everything. We're just weak now. We're just like everything you say is like.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Don't
Walk on eggshells
Be
with
careful what you
everybody.
say. Be careful what you. Even with
Oh,
this
let
podcast.
me don't say that.
Even as we're doing this podcast, all of us are like
Yeah, you gotta
thinking like,
make
don't
sure
say
you
that.
Don't say this.
Which there is an extent,
You can't
right?
Get canceled.
You shouldn't say
Yeah.
certain things. But I'm saying like, even like as kids, there's things that we feel like
Guys.
should be normal.
Guys, the answer to this is it's
Simple.
so simple.
So
it's
simple.
all very simple.
Go ahead.
The answer to this question is yes.
And I hear you.
It's yes. Like let's not beat around it. Let's not. People are so weak nowadays. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make light of this. I am because I'm sorry. I'm way left field on it. If you know, we're all kind of gamers here. You remember these Call of Duty lobbies back in the day?
Oh, it was horrible.
Do y'all not
Make it
remember when
okay.
they were saying, "Yo, I hope you, I'm
Your
gonna F
mother,
your mom
your
tonight.
grandma?
I hope your mom dies of cancer. I hope you know,
don't even
like,
know.
oh, dude, you're the N word.
You're not
like,
taking it seriously. It's just
we're not
like,
taking it serious, but we grew up like I
They
don't know
didn't
if that.
make it okay though.
They expand.
You're right. And now I'm with it on the point of like, okay, just because like we're too sensitive, it doesn't make it okay to say certain things. I'm definitely
Yeah,
with you guys on that 100%.
But it
You
gave
should
you
watch what
thick
you say.
skin.
There's a
obviously.
resiliency
but
that you-
it's like
yeah.
okay,
It
like
gave
we
you
took
thick
that
skin.
shit on the chin and then we just kept it moving.
But
Give me
also,
thick
at
Boom.
what,
Yeah. Like
but at what point, and then maybe this is just me being contrarian, at what point are we going to stop going with the, oh, because I endured this trauma, you got to endure it too?
no, you're
no, we're
right.
not saying you gotta endure.
You don't gotta endure it,
We're
but
just
like
saying like.
this is
think
how it
of,
was.
like,
This is how
Drake,
things
I-
are. This is life. Like
I mean,
it's
yes.
life.
Wait,
Yes,
wait,
it
Yeah,
is.
Drake,
I'm
It
sorry,
is.
you're not gonna
It
be
is.
babied
Hear me
anymore.
out, hear me
I'm
out.
not
You're
doing the baby
absolutely
stuff
right.
no
You're
more.
I
right.
embrace the
Matt, hear me
change,
out.
but
People are
learn
racist.
that it's
People
life.
are this. People
You're
are
right.
homophobic. People.
You're right.
This is life. I'm sorry. You
Yes.
can't be like, oh
Hear
my
me out.
god,
And
dude,
you're
he
gonna have to-
actually
and you're
said
gonna
that
have
to
to
me.
fight against it.
No.
Hear me out.
Like, come
Obviously
on,
this-
bro.
But also, it's like at
That's
this
it.
point, when you encounter that today, like in gaming, right? What do? You report that player and you move on.
Or, yeah,
or
that's if you're.
or you say something back.
Or yeah, I mean yeah, exactly. But like,
That's the
don't
thing.
take
You're
it.
fighting though. You
But
just
but what
report
I'm
it.
saying is like, so is reporting that player bad?
I'm talking.
Does that make you weak? Reporting that player. If somebody calls you an N word,
No.
does that make you weak for reporting them?
No.
Right. So that's what I'm
Doesn't
saying.
make you
Like
weak.
that's a practice that people implore.
I mean,
So
because you
fight
can do it
against
nowadays. So I guess I get where you're
I
coming
guess
from.
you
My thing
could
is
do
like.
that in
I
It's
think
only
you
because
also
you
could have done
can.
it though. You could have done
Yeah.
it too.
They didn't have the option to do
Yeah,
it.
you can report people back in my number too. I never did. Cause I'm like, okay, he's a bitch. I'll find out.
No,
1v1 kid. you
Listen,
know?
I'm reporting you if you're
Like-
dog shit. Like that's simple as that. I don't give a shit what you say. If you're
That's a
fucking
problem.
terrible, you're getting
That's a
reported.
problem.
That's crazy.
If you're do
That's-
that, do
No, but
better.
like, I'm sorry.
Alright, so
like,
as a-
go ahead, you go.
But no, you're right. Yes, I understand.
I'm sorry. I'll finish my point, then I'll let you guys finish
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
But
go
real
ahead,
quick,
go
I mean, yeah, the answer's simple. I don't have a lot to say on this topic.
We wanna hear
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm off the
Hear
fence
you.
on this. I think people are a little bit too sensitive. Now, of course, like everybody said, obviously there's things you should say, things you shouldn't say. Obviously, that's crossing the line. But like, bro, like, and excuse my language, but we used to call people like retarded and stuff like that, and now it's like, oh my god, dude,
can't
what?
say that
I mean,
word.
like, not to say you can go
that's-
say it.
Don't say the R word.
Not to say can't say, but like you know what I'm saying. It's like we're just too
I mean,
like it's
that's
too
not
like
okay, but yeah.
it's too like picky. Of course, it's not
But it's
okay.
not
but
okay
I'm just
now,
saying
though.
Yeah, but
It
Back
wasn't-
in the
it wasn't
day.
okay
no, back in the
then.
day it wasn't okay either.
It wasn't okay.
But I'm just saying, like,
Just
it-
because something
but
is
now it's
accepted
like,
by society.
Back in the day,
that's
people
just
just
saying,
left
right?
it.
That
It's
same
never-
racism-
it's never
that same
okay to
racism
slander
was
somebody, but it wasn't
in-
like,
in
of course,
the world.
yeah, exactly.
It was like,
exactly.
oh my god, you said it, you're going to jail.
Okay,
Like,
but if you're saying that, at that point you're making the argument that words, regardless, don't matter.
words?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't say
Back
that.
in the day-
Which means the
Anybody
N-words
can
and
say
there's other
anything
words
that they
and-
want to say
Right,
regardless.
there's some meaning to it, like
Yeah.
the Redskins we were talking about earlier.
No, what
And it's
I'm
like,
saying,
guess
there
what?
was
you
a
call me the
line.
N-word, I'm gonna punch you in
There
your
is
face.
a line, though.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
Back in the
wrong.
day-
there's a line.
back in the day,
listen
there was a
here,
line.
you goddamn.
Please say it. Please say it.
Yeah, exactly, just
Please,
like that.
please.
You got that.
Please.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they just want to say, like, of course,
yeah.
that.
Listen,
Like Cherice says, there's a line.
It's in the
There's
dictionary.
a line.
Uh-huh.
But
And I don't mean offense. I'm just saying you're being a
I'm not gonna lie.
little
I'm not
bit.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I kind of get where you're coming from, and I'll end it with this. I kind of get where you're coming from, where it's like, oh, because I endured it, you endured it, but it's like in the same breath, like, I mean, man, come on, they're
No,
like,
don't
to me,
end
there's
it.
bigger things to worry
That's not
about.
what I'm
And I feel like
saying.
cancel
Yeah.
culture also plays a role in this. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
like,
like,
that's
oh,
not-
we're gonna cancel you because
Cancel
you said
culture is
this.
not real.
That became a big thing,
It
but
is.
it
Cancel culture is not
exactly.
real.
But that's
I agree.
part
It's not
of it,
real.
though.
But it
No,
became
it
a
is.
big
No,
thing.
it
It's
is.
like
Part of
people are
it.
afraid to get canceled, which is why they're so like,
But it's not
oh,
real.
if I say this, oh man, they're gonna cancel me, and like, damn, there goes my money,
But, like,
there goes my
that's not the
popularity, there goes
case.
my
Like, think
fame.
about
It's
it.
bro,
People like,
Because people
Stop. Say what it
say racist, homophobic, stupid shit all the time, and they do not get canceled. Cancel culture isn't real. But yes, I
It's not real.
understand.
But I'm just
it
like, I
makes
feel like
people
we're
more-
too
It makes
sensitive.
people
I feel like
more
we're too
weary.
No,
where
we're
it's
too
like, oh, I don't
sensitive.
It
care.
could be the way I grew up,
Yeah.
though. I guess to your point, it could be the way I grew up.
take it
But
where
I'll
Come
say,
on,
I'll
man,
say,
like, we're a little too
we
sensitive,
endure
man.
some things. We can't bring like things like race into it because that's just
Race isn't a that's not a sensitive thing.
That's human rights.
that's like, I'm talking
and
like,
honestly, as Black people standing up for ourselves, that strength that we have
That's not
is
sensitive.
not a strength that we should have to have.
Right.
So that is what it is.
It's my ill knowledge.
I mean,
Sorry.
no, but like
No,
it
you're
is
fine,
what it
bro.
is. Like you grew up how you grew up.
that's what I'm saying.
As
It's
long
all
as
about
you
upbringing.
learn
Yes.
from it, that's all that matters.
What's
All right.
What's the next thing?
sip take.
Our next thing is called Sip Takes. Now, guys, this is one of my favorite segments of the
Literally,
show.
so fun.
We're about to wrap up the show here, but at the end, we're going to do something called Sip Takes, okay? Basically, we each create a joke or make a joke or whatever, something to try to make each one of us laugh, right? Whoever laughs, obviously, has to finish their drink.
I knew it wasn't.
And yes, I said finish their drink.
Finish their drink
So
is
let's
crazy.
try not to laugh, okay? I'll go first because, you know, man, I'm just a comedian in this
Guy thinks
mug.
he's a star.
Comedian in this
Tomato,
mug.
tomato,
Alright, so I do have a
Tomato.
bad joke, okay? And and we're calling laugh as if you chuckle, if you like even smile.
You can't even smile.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Y'all ain't getting me.
I'm in mode. Let's go.
Y'all ain't getting me. I forgot my joke already.
This is finish your drink, by the way. Don't laugh. Don't chuckle. What does garlic do before it showers?
What does it do?
I mean,
It takes
off the wrapper.
It takes its clothes off.
Not funny.
Boo.
Wow. What was that?
She smirks.
No,
What was
I
that? What was that?
No, I did not.
And what was that?
I always
Both
smirked
of
if you said that.
Both of y'all literally,
Wait,
you
what?
know, y'all was
This
up
is
there.
Cherice. She said, that's not funny.
He said boo.
No, I didn't.
She said,
I laughed at me saying
He,
boo.
I laughed at
Paul,
I
I'm gonna do
laughed
Cherice.
at
Ready?
Matt
I'm
saying
gonna do Cherice. Ready? That wasn't funny.
I smirked at
Yes,
Matt
smirked.
saying boo. He said boo, and
So
I was
now you
like,
blame it on
Because
Matt.
your joke sucked.
Typical. You blame
That
it
was
on
not
Matt.
funny.
You
What are
blame
you
it on
talking
Matt.
about?
Please.
Blame your reaction on Matt. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. It wasn't a good
Everything,
joke. I didn't
everything's
win.
Matt's
Wow.
fault. Everything's my fault.
right,
Wow.
right.
Man,
right,
if you don't
right.
have your joke, just say that.
Right.
Say that.
Right.
Yeah, why are you? What is
Just
this?
say that.
What is this?
What
Have
is
your
what?
joke ready next time.
What would bears be without the letter B?
Wait,
Ears.
repeat, please.
Ears.
Ears.
Whoa, what?
Cherice, that was dumb. Please,
What would
next.
bears be
Without the what?
without the letter B?
Dude, that is so fucking dumb.
Wow, shut up,
Ears.
bro.
Be ears.
That's the worst. That's terrible. Man. Bullshit.
But y'all are laughing though.
I'm laughing how bad the joke was.
I'm laughing.
Well, you laughing though. That's the point. You laughing how bad it was. It's a dad joke. So you got a drink.
Chat. Yo,
Drink.
chat, confirm.
He laughed at how bad the joke was.
I
That's
will
the
take
point
a
of dad
sip
jokes.
because I'll be true
Take
to me.
your sip.
I'll be true to me. I laughed and I smirked.
Yep.
At my own self, at my joke.
Okay.
So I will take because
Go
y'all
ahead.
don't want to be,
Go ahead, drink it.
accountability.
But take
we can
your
talk,
shit.
We can have that topic for another
Take
day.
your-
face like that.
Because you did that
With
shit.
Because you can't control yourself.
Because you did that shit.
You
Let's go.
didn't even drink from my joke, and you laughed at my joke.
I did not laugh at
Shit,
your
it
joke.
takes-
I laughed at
it
Matt.
It takes his clothes
I
off.
laughed at Matt.
Boo.
That's not funny. I'm still not laughing.
Boo.
Still not laughing.
Boo.
That would hit the second time.
No, it wouldn't.
I hate to break it to you, brother. Hey,
This is a stupid joke.
do seagulls
Oh God.
fly over the sea?
Why?
Because they birds? I don't know.
Matt.
He can't even finish the punchline.
Stop,
He
man.
can't even do the punch. Yo, drink, Matt.
Let me finish.
He got
We're trying to.
He has to finish
God.
it before we laugh. Finish it.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
No. That's so stupid, bro. The fuck is that? What the fuck was that? That's stupid as shit. You said that you're laughing at the same thing.
Alright,
You
this
are
is-
actually laughing at the
Look,
joke.
hurry up.
This is my
Dead
original.
ass. Hurry
Listen,
up.
why did the onion get flustered?
Why?
Because it was crying too much.
Because it's called a salad dressing.
Okay, that's funny. Ooh, salad dressing, and it got flustered because it was okay. Cheers.
You saw the salad in his brawling panties.
Is a salad a male or female?
Luke, shut up, bro.
No. It had to be a male.
It gotta be a female.
I don't even know.
Wow.
Thank
Wait,
you.
topic?
It has to be a
Salads
female.
can be
Yeah,
female.
female.
Getting flustered.
Can salads be male or females?
Salad is female. but-
Gender
Salads
inclusive.
are female.
I don't like this gender appropriation.
Listen,
particular-
it could be a male. It could be.
Woo! And that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Cheers. We gotta finish our drinks at the end of the episode.
Ooh, God. That
Ooh,
was spicy.
good Lord, that was. All right, Matt, go ahead.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching the first official episode of the On the Rocks Off the Rails podcast. We hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. We hope you were engaged. We hope you were able to get into the conversation with us. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. They will be down below. Follow Paul, follow Cherice, follow myself, follow Luke, and follow our podcast, right? So you can stay up with the conversation, so you can stay up with current events as well. We're going to be addressing everything. Everything. Nothing is off limits with this podcast.
Nothing is.
Yeah.
But seriously, we hope
We don't
y'all
say it.
enjoyed.
We don't say it.
And we will see y'all next time. Until then, God bless.
We out. Let's get it, baby.